Friday rush hour traffic in New Haven, Connecticut. I'm trying to get home as quick as I can. Such is life in the eastern seaboard. Traffic, traffic, traffic. Providence would have it, when I told Siri just to take me home, Siri was taking me through Bridgeport, Connecticut, home of my Uncle Stu. So I'm gonna stop off and visit my Uncle Stu and Aunt Pat and visit my cousin Christian, who I've never met before. So it's gonna be interesting. So having Pokey take off on his own kind of gave me the freedom to see Uncle Stu. It's the kind of divine providence. This was something that was meant to happen, I believe. So that being said, I'm going to get off camera and get back to maps so I won't miss it. Talk at y'all. This is my Uncle Stu, Iwo Jima survivor, and from the first day, hit the beach on the first day.
Yeah.
And this is just divine providence.
Happened to be passing through.
Happened to be passing through on the way home, and I, Ken and I separated a little further north, and I asked Siri to get me home, and Siri took me through. We were Hartford, and Siri took me to through Bridgeport. And I called Uncle Stu and said, "Hey, I'm in town." So stopped by to visit.
Hey, thank God you did. It's good to see you.
It's great seeing you, man.
I'll tell you, it's funny how things have happened, and you say, "Gee, I wonder how you're doing." I just happened to think about you on one Tuesday, Wednesday this week. I haven't heard from Scott, and I said, "Oh, he's probably on the trail.
I was
bogged down someplace."
I was. I was. So, since I got you here, why don't you reminisce on some Iwo stories?
You don't want to hear them.
Well, I know you told me a couple of them. You told me the one where you hit the beach, and
I've got a hand grenade inside that I'm taking with me to a dinner. They want me to speak at a dinner the VA legal department is having in November 9th. They said, "We'll pay you $100." I said, "Well, I'll tell you."
No, thank you. I'm good. Appreciate it.
I can't. I don't drive at night. Well, we'll have somebody pick you up and drop you off. I said, "Okay." So I know what I'm going to do with $100. I passed a guy who's in a wheelchair, living under a bridge, not too far from McDonald's. G'day at McDonald's.
I passed that at McDonald's when I got off the pike there.
That was the same one. I'm going to give this guy at McDonald's a gift certificate. Let him go. At least they'll have some meals.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, you're paying it forward. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So you told me about the crater that you slept in the first night.
Yeah.
You saw the explosion flashes which silhouetted stuff, and the black lava beach, sand beach.
As a matter of fact, pause it a second.
Sure.
I want to show you something.
Hey, so I'm back with Uncle Stu, and he asked me to take a pause, and for good reason, because he had showed me a bottle of Iwo Jima sand from the beach of Iwo Jima, volcanic ash, the black sand of Iwo Jima.
Yep.
And how did you get this?
This was given to me by the guys from Shepherd last week.
That's amazing.
At the Iwo Jima Memorial. And I've got a little vial of it about this big that was given to me the same day as I got another picture of the raising of the flag. I spoke to the men's club in Shelton, Connecticut, to commemorate Flag Day back in June. And they gave me a little thing. It was great. I don't know. Well, there aren't many World War II guys around, so they grab everyone they can to get them to come talk and tell. I don't have anything to say. I didn't do anything that anybody else didn't do.
This guy is humble. And the common thread that I hear from survivors of World War II events and actions is the only true heroes are the ones that never made it back.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a common feeling of the humble warriors that basically saved our world back then. You being,
that's the way I feel, and I will stand for the flag and kneel for the cross. And I have a jacket in there that says, "Honor the ones that didn't make it back. They are the ones to be honored." A couple of guys in.
Well, you did say about the one guy that you guys said not to touch some booby-trapped.
You want a silk parachute flag for his daughter. I said, don't touch it. They're probably booby-trapped.
And what was the setting? What were you guys? Where were you at when this happened?
It was at a break in our day. It was our job to fill in the holes on the landing strips because I was in an engineer battalion, and we had a little break in the day, and went back to base. And he said, "Oh, look, I want to get the silk parachute out of the flares for my daughter." I said, "Don't do it. They're probably booby trapped." And I tried to stop him, and he didn't hear. Keep going. He had they were booby trapped, and he blew off both his hands and died right on the spot, right in front of me. His sad part about it, his family will get a message that he died in combat. Well, he died of his own stupidity, unfortunately, but. And of course, I had to deal with this. I had nightmares of it many times, and the doctors at the VA finally have me convinced that I did as much as I could to stop him.
That's all you could do. You tried.
And don't feel like it's your fault.
Absolutely.
So after many sessions, I came to that conclusion. Yes, it wasn't my fault. I tried.
You tried. That's all you can do is try.
Yep.
You also said I have three distinct memories that you've shared with me about that campaign, and I'm going to go next to the last one, where you guys were on Mount Suribachi and you were clearing out the last of the caves, last of the entries, and you were with some other Marines, and they had weapons.
There was a cave on the side of Mount Suribachi, and we looked up and went up to. There were 4 or 5 of us. I'm the only one that didn't have a weapon, and he saw that and he came. He bent down and kissed my feet. He wanted to surrender to me. I didn't know what they'd do with the surrendered soldiers. We just brought them down and turned them over to the MPs. But he's one of the few, because those guys would rather commit hara-kiri than be captured.
Well, and their commander said that they would never, if they surrendered, they would never be taken alive.
No.
So that's what they were told to believe. So they
inbred in their brains.
Yeah, it was honor and sacrifice, and they just, it was very harsh times.
Yep.
The other one that I remember, the first one you told me, was the very first day that you hit the beach and you were pinned down on the beach, and you saw the silhouettes of the flashes of the not only the ship artillery going off, but also coming down from the Japanese. And you were exhausted, and you saw a crater from where an explosion had happened.
I asked, where do we sleep? Because being 18 and needed my sleep, I could sleep through anything. I said, jump in the bomb crater. That's where the guys are sleeping. Well, little I know that's where they put the bodies. And I was 18, but I'd never seen a dead person before that morning when I woke up. That gave me nightmares too. But with time, they're fewer and fewer, thank God. But I'll tell you, the one thing, that island was taken because the B-29s had enough gas to go up and bomb Japan, but not enough gas to get back. And as small as the island was, they had 3 landing strips on the island. So the sacrifice of 6,000 troops just for landing strips was well worth it.
And that's where Enola Gay took off too.
Yep.
Little Boy and Fat, the two, they had nicknames for both designated bombs. Little Boy and Fat Man and Little Boy.
I forget that story, but yeah, they all had names. They wanted to.
Captain Tibbets, I think, was the pilot, and Hiroshima first and Nagasaki second. And if that hadn't happened,
it cost a lot of lives in Japan, but it saved a lot of lives from trying to invade Japan.
They predicted about 1 million casualties.
Oh, minimum.
Yeah.
When we went into Sasebo, the entrance of the harbor was about 200 yards wide, and you could see the caves lined with all the big guns aimed right at the opening. It would have been a massacre.
Yeah.
But thank God for the atomic bomb. It's.
Well, there were innocents that perished, but it, like you said, it saved a lot, and
it's war is hell, but it's we didn't look forward to it. They attacked us, so
different times.
Yep.
Different times.
Yep.
Any other stories that you got for me that I haven't?
No, Mac, I think that the only thing we can say is war is hell. You saw something that you don't want to repeat, and it's just.
At first, I was a bit concerned.
It's just hell.
Yeah.
But I realized I just got to get over it.
Cousin Christian, who I've never seen before, our first time together.
Yep.
And it's a small world. How about that?
Very small.
So
All because of him.
All because of this guy right here. Oh man. I mean, just happen to be driving through Bridgeport.
Everything
glad you
happens for a
called.
reason.
It is. I mean, divine providence is a true thing. You just handed me, this is a souvenir cover on this way back from, in San Diego, on the way back from China.
We landed in San Diego, and went out with 4 other guys.
To the Sky Room, which was a bar, I guess, on the top of the hotel.
Yep. They're kind of nice.
So it was June 25th, 1946, and you paid $1.25 for this. And what it has in it is, that's Uncle Stu in the middle, and they're all having, are you having a beer? Or what is that you're drinking?
Beer.
Nice to meet you.
Having a beer, having a celebratory beer being back in the States.
I was 4 days shy of my, well, even more than that, I guess. About 10 days shy of my 20th birthday.
Oh, man.
And it's supposed to be 21 to get in there. This guy was 24, and and this guy, rather, J.C. Grice. They asked him for his ID, and he showed it to them. They never asked me.
Well, you just had that confident look.
Wife Donna decided to sell their home and gym business and pursue a life off-grid.
The only fellow that lived in the area was from Bridgeport, and he passed away, gosh, 40 years ago, unfortunately.
So tell me about these guys.
That's in front of the house at Ancon Avenue, and
I
the
can
fellow on the left was the neighbor, Alan Frankel.
That's you in the center, and that's your brother Tabe, or I knew his Uncle Walt, on the right. And let's see what else we have here. He's going over some photographs. There's the same house, Ancon Avenue. That's where my mom and Uncle Stu and Uncle Lee and Uncle Walt, that's where they all grew up, which was about 7 blocks from where I grew up in Pelham on Highbrook Avenue. And this is, who is this guy right here?
I don't know, that's when he got home from boot camp. He was still a boot.
That's a great picture. What else? That house on Ancon Avenue. This was a field, but behind the house where the kids would go and they'd bobsled and throw a snowball fight and make snowmen and all that. Now it's a cemetery and totally there's no space left. It's wall to wall headstones back there. It's
you can get on that pond, but you gotta have a long way around because there's so many gravestones.
Oh yeah, and this is Ancon Avenue in Pelham, which borders New Rochelle, which is where I was born.
That's actually in New Rochelle.
That is in New Rochelle, which was your backyard. It was your backyard playground.
Yep.
Let's see what else we've got. This is you in your civvies, but you're just back. You just got out, right?
That's got to be in 1946. I just got out with my little dog Lady that I brought back from. Well, I got her in Japan. I gave the people a bar of chocolate and a pack of cigarettes for her, and they were very happy. She was a good little dog.
She's a cutie. Is that a dog to her left? What is that to her left?
She's a Papio. That's one of Mother's toxins.
Ah.
I couldn't tell you which one.
You know what I've got in my mudroom entrance? I've got one of her dachshund boot scrapers.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yep.
That's it. That's in my side deck. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. This is great. This is my great grandfather. I have 18% Ashkenazi Jewish in my blood, and it's because of him. Reuben Heiler Held. He was my mom, then Grammy, then this was my grandmother's dad. So I remember him as a kid a few times, coming at the family functions on Ancon.
That was him in the summertime.
Yeah.
Took about a bon vivant. He would get up around 9:30, shave and shower, get dressed, have a leisurely breakfast. He wore a wool jacket, a sweater, and a shirt and a tie to go to the country club.
In the summer.
90-degree weather.
He was a snazzy dresser. He was a doctor in Manhattan, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he was, what type of, a GP or?
Eye, ear, and nose.
Okay. Yeah. And he would be one of the regular guests at the Dakota for dinners.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what else we've got here.
Next we have...
This is Uncle Stu and Grammy. And this is, I can recognize it. This is at the front of Ancon because that's the house across the street.
That's exactly right.
And that's my grandmother, Abby Leahy. Abby Heiler Leahy. And then, look, was that before or after?
Not at this point.
Service.
Well, I think that's after.
Yeah.
You look so young. Look at you. You're snazzy.
Yeah, so skinny.
Yep. So then this is a print of a photograph. This is my brother Don getting tweaked, beard tweaked by Grandpa Leahy, Walter Tabor Leahy Sr., who is the previous picture, the husband of Grammy. And this is, that's Uncle Lee to the right. And this is at the Suncoast Co-op in Deerfield Beach, Florida. And look at Don. Oh, that's what a hoot. Grandpa was a dentist about 2 blocks in the French building, about 2 blocks from Rockefeller Center. And he was Ed Sullivan's dentist and Carol Burnett's dentist as well. And you can tell me about Ed Sullivan used to come over to the house and see Grandpa.
In the summertime, you go up to Westchester Country Club on a Saturday to play golf with his wife Sylvia and daughter Betty and son-in-law Bob Preck. And they'd stop in Pelham on the way back just to say hello to Doc. And I remember stopping over there one day and Ed said to me, "Well, how big you've gotten, youngster?" And I think I was 19 at the time. I said, I felt like saying I've been this tall since I was 15, Jodo.
Well, Grammy took Mom, Don, and Susie and I to the CBS, the studio, the Ed Sullivan studio, and it was a Wednesday dress rehearsal that was going to be aired on Sunday. And not a dress rehearsal, it was actually filmed on Wednesday to be shown on Sunday. And as Ed Sullivan would do if he had friends in the audience, he would recognize them. So he recognized Grammy and had her stand up, said, "I want to recognize the friend Abby Leahy," and we were sitting around. And the artists for that show, it was Topo Gigio and the Puppet, and it was let's get back to Grammy. Sorry, Grammy is right here. Topo Gigio, Stiller and Mira, and Sammy Davis Jr. And she got recognized by Ed Sullivan that day. And I would love to see the footage. I've only seen it one time when it aired. I must have been 6 or 7 because I turned 7 the last summer I was a New Yorker. And this is you.
Yep.
And you're in front of the same house on Incon Avenue.
Yep.
And then these are just photographs that
that was a dinner a Navy group of guys had. They honored me because I was a World War II vet, going back about 3 years ago.
That's pretty cool.
There aren't many World War II vets left in the area.
Not many.
I had to. Glad I was able to get back safely, and I'm here to tell the story.
I am too. And thank you for your service.
Thank you for yours, buddy.
Appreciate it, man. I love you.
And good to have you for a short visit.
Well, this is great. I mean, I didn't know when we'd next be able to get together.
Well, it's funny how God has things worked out, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Don't ever question.
No.
and for all those who say there is no God, I said, hey, He's brought me through more than I could ever imagine or would have thought possible, for which I'm thankful.
I am thankful. I'm
And
thankful
I'm
as well.
still here.
Yeah.
It's
great
good.
to have you. You're, I always, 96 or 97?
7.
97 now. You youngster.
Better to be 6 feet above than 6 feet under.
Yeah.
Better to be seen than viewed.
Yeah. Yeah. Better to be seen, to see.
When that day comes, I don't want to have any mourning. I want to have a blast, a party for those who celebrate their life, not to regret it.
This guy's sharp as a whip.
Well, It's the way I feel. You know, I want people to be happy. Forget the sorrow. I mean, I went through the sorrow with Patty. She's coming back, thank God. She's talking a lot more. She feeds herself. You should see her. She loves corn on the cob. When she was in the hospital, I fed her every meal. When she was in the nursing home for 15 months, I would be there for lunch and dinner before daylight savings kicked back in. She used to eat, but not like she does now. She'd take an ear of corn with the corn holders and just go right through the ear of corn. She sleeps a lot, but she's also here a lot. And she's a lot more alert than she was and has been, thank God. She sleeps a lot, but we'll sit here on the recliner and watching TV. I'll doze off, she'll doze off. I mean, with it. It's so great to have her home, just peace of mind.
Well, I talked to Brenda before I got here and told her of this chance reuniting, and she said, say hey to you and that she loves you.
Say hello to Brenda too, and Brooke and Devin too.
Yeah.
And when you get back, I want you to ask Brenda if I remember when I got out of the Marine Corps, I gave Don, a green Eisenhower jacket made from a Marine blanket. I wonder if she still got it.
I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know. I've never heard about that one.
It has a lining with a dragon on the inside. I had it made in Tinson. Of course, it would never fit this big belly, but that's when I was 145. Now I'm 175, but keep it going.
Yeah, well, I wish I was one. When I went into basic training, I was 247, and it was Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas, in August. August 25th is when I went in.
Ooh, how fast did you lose weight?
In the because we had to wear long sleeve fatigues, and we were marching and doing all kinds of stuff in the summer, and I went from 247 to 175. And I can't remember, basic training, I think it was 8 weeks, 8 or 10 weeks. So I had to turn in my uniform, and they issued me a new uniform. So I went from like a 40 waist to a 34, 36. But that was the last time I was 175. I kept like 200 for years, and now I'm right around, I'm about 230 something right now.
Well, Chris's son, Don.
Don?
No, not Don, brother. Scott. What is his name?
Joshua.
He was 6'3", what about 290?
Wow.
He went on the keto diet. I got a pair of his hand-me-downs. They're too big for me, but he went down to about 220, 210. And it looks fabulous, but
I did CrossFit 9 years ago, and in 4 months I went from 270 down to 216.
boy, that's a big.
Yeah, in 4 months. But I was going.
I was all the clothes you got to replace.
Yeah. Well, it was good to get rid of that stuff. Anyhow, let's
wind it up.
Yeah. You have anything to say?
No, it's always good to see you in person. It's good to talk to you on the phone and hear about your travels, but it's good to see you stop on your way home.
Yeah. Well, until I get home, I'm still on the trail, so this is a trail story.
Yeah.
This is just a sideshow not a sideshow. It's not like a circus,
good,
but this is a detour, a very pleasant, perchance detour. And remember the last time we got off trail, we went to that, you gave me a tour of that ocean town, and we went and had lunch out there on that cafe. That was awesome.
Yep, downtown Fairfield.
Yep, that was a nice town.
Good to see you.
So many words. Yeah,
Meet your cousin.
first time ever meeting my cousin Christian.
Then how am I gonna feel comfortable if I don't
Pretty
know
awesome.
them?
How did that happen? That we never met before.
Well, when you came before, she wasn't around.
Well,
I
that's
remember. She
true.
was
That's
working,
true.
Probably.
Yeah. But anyhow, I'm gonna wrap it up. This is an hour-long video. So
I am
see
gonna
y'all.
stick my
Huh?
vote in
God bless.
no other way around. I'm not leaving my homestead.
Thanks. How about this family reunion? Pretty good.
2 generations.
Yep. Three generations. So, you guys have anything to say?
You're the same with Chris.
I'm older than she is by about 20 years. I'm
But you-
67.
but
You're
you're-
97.
Yeah, but you're cousins.
Yeah, we're cousins, but different generations.
Yeah.
Yeah. And first time we've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Well,
I see Mom's eyes in you.
Well, that'll make her happy because she liked Gail.
Yeah. You can see it, can't you?
Yep.
I see it. I see Mom's eyes in you. That's awesome. Okay. So, see y'all.
Good to have you for a visit.
It's wonderful. So, can't wait to get home though.
Dude, get home and look at all these films.
Oh yeah. Talk at you guys. Bye bye. New Rochelle. That's where I was born. George Washington Bridge, 1 mile. Went across the George Washington Bridge. Woo-hoo.